Scorpio, welcome back to another video. My name is Brandon Tobias. It's an honor to have you here on this channel. If you're new here, this channel is all about helping to give you in-depth clarity in your love situation in this moment in time. Whatever it is you need to know for the highest and greatest good, with the end goal being to help you manifest your greatest life in health, wealth, and true love. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get right into your reading. This will be a timeless reading, Scorpio. So whenever you happen to watch this reading, know that it's a message for you from your angels and guides, directly meant to give you the clarity you're looking for, and also for the highest good from source. So, guides and angels, without further ado, through the power of unconditional love, what is it that God, angels, and guides, angels, and God, I should say. What is that Scorpio needs to know for their highest and greatest good in their love and life situation at this moment in time? Okay. So first thing off the bat, Scorpio, that I see is there's someone here. I don't believe this is you, King of Cups, who's on your mind, on your heart, the forefront of your mind and your heart. Okay. Someone that you might look up to this person, or you might admire them. You might be admiring them from afar. And or you might be spending some time alone, because I see this is more your energy. You might be in hermit mode energy right now. And then this is this person's energy, who might be more this is your person, or the person you're connecting to at this moment in time emotionally, that I'm connecting to, that might be more outwardly facing, and or they might have a great light about them, a great joy, a nice smile, things like that. And you might be here spending some time on your own, a little bit in what I'm hearing is self-isolation. Okay, so you might have put yourself into self-isolation, or be choosing voluntarily to be in isolation away from this person, okay, or this situation at this moment in time. Take it as it resonates. This could be in directly about love. For many of you, it will be. It also could be in other areas of your life. So just take it as it resonates. Okay, it's just energy I'm reading. Okay, Page of Wands here with the Hangman. So there's someone here you are feeling very connected to. Okay, and the reason I say that is because we have the Hanged Man. It's like it's the guides are showing me an image of you and this person, like, connected in this way. Okay, where this person is one half, and then you're the other half, the bottom half, okay, of this person. So it's like this person is you, right? But they're the top half of you. They're the outward facing version of you, right? They're the expression of you outwardly or externally, and you are kind of the underneath internal version of this person. Now, if you're not as crazy or woo as I am, I've already lost half the viewers. But that's okay. I commonly, not always, but I commonly read for what I refer to as the twin soul connection. And the twin soul connection is essentially this. It's essentially exactly what the guides are showing me in your situation, Scorpio. So you could be dealing with the twin soul, where you two are opposite halves of the same soul. Okay, and the connection actually lies at the bottom of the sacral. Okay, right near the perineum is where you and the other half of your soul, okay, in human form, is actually incarnated on earth. Okay, and so if you're unfamiliar with me, that's, I basically get channelings or information from God and source about the twin soul connection. It's a very prevalent connection here on earth, and it looks like you're one of those individuals. So welcome. Okay. Either way, right? You may know this now. You may be perceiving this. You may not be sure, but you may have been drawn to this video for a reason, okay? And even if you haven't met that person yet, you will know when you meet them, okay? That's what I'm being told to tell you, is you will absolutely know exactly who this is the moment you meet them, if you haven't met them yet, or you already know exactly who this is. Okay, so take it as it resonates. But I see you looking up at this person. You may or may not be in contact with this person, by the way, but even if you are not, or you are, you feel like they're another half of them. Okay, so you feel like as you watch them, or as you observe them, or as they express themselves outwardly, you feel like you're contributing to that. Yeah. Yeah, and I feel that you know this. You feel like even if you're alone, or you're away from them, or you're separated, it's like you feel like your work that you're doing now internally is helping them to shine and helping them to become more accomplished and happy, etc. Okay? Because you each are contributing to each other in this connection. Okay? All right. Some of you are like, I don't know what the heck this guy's talking about, but it's kind of vaguely hitting somewhere in my body, so I'm gonna keep watching him. That's kind of what I'm getting for a lot of you watching. It's okay. If you're one of those people, that's okay. God draws the right people to these videos. It's what I've noticed over time. Okay, so if you are in this connection, or you will have this connect, you can't will have, like, you either are or you are not in this type of spiritual connection. Okay, this is not a soulmate connection. This is not a karmic connection. This is a twin soul connection. Okay, so you are literally the same soul as this person. You have the same higher self. Okay, you're just incarnate in two different bodies. And the reason why, what I've been told and channeled about this connection is that happens is that the healing, our higher self says, if we can incarnate ourselves into two separate human bodies on earth at the same time, the amount of healing that's going to happen in that lifetime for our soul collectively is going to be way 2, 3, 4 times as fast than if we weren't to do that, so that we can become our greatest version of ourself, okay, in this lifetime. Does that make sense? Okay, so that's a common misconception too about twin soul connection, is like, people say, oh, well, you have to end up in a relationship. Many times you do not. Okay, many times people incarnate with their twin soul to just help each other along, to live, their best possible life. And sometimes they do incarnate with the intention of being together in union, but it depends on whether each human parts of you, right, agree and want to do that amount of work to become one in this lifetime, physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. Okay? Okay. Anyways, I say all this because I have a feeling you might be learning more about this as we go. So I'm happy to be a helpful resource for you if you are. Eight of Swords with the Page of Cups. There's a lot of things you might be seeing right now, Hangman, Eight of Swords, that you couldn't see before, that you can only see, Spirit and God wants me to tell you, you could have only seen what you're seeing now in your isolation, okay, in your time alone, okay, with yourself, for yourself, by yourself. Those are the exact words: with yourself, for yourself, by yourself, in isolation, and just observing. Okay, observing yourself, observing maybe your person here, observing the way your connection is working. Okay, you're learning a lot more. There's a lot more to this connection than meets the eye. Okay, and you're also learning, most importantly, I'd say, Scorpio, the most important thing you're learning, and what I can say too, what the guides want me to tell you, is what you can learn. The most important thing you can learn right now is how this connection works. Okay, because what I'm being told is you are literally, as you can see in this picture, the foundation of, okay, this union. Okay, your person here is the outward facing, right? More of the outward facing person of this union. Maybe they are the ones that are meant to be more, quote unquote, seen, or have more of an outward success in society, or maybe they are just more of that, socially facing person. And I'm not saying that you can't be any of those things, because you will be, but inside of the relationship, you are actually the foundation, right, of this person. You're the foundation of this person's success. You're the foundation of the success of the relationship. You are the emotional and spiritual underworld, right, Scorpio, undercarriage, underworld of the success of this relationship. You are the foundation of it. Okay, meaning if you are not in a good place, or you are not progressing along with your emotional healing or spiritual work, the relationship itself is not going to be in a good place. In fact, your person themselves is not going to be able to be in a great place in their life. Okay, and that's what I need to tell you. I feel like that's the biggest thing in this reading. If you take away one thing and you are confused about this, and you're looking, how the heck does this work? And you've noticed these things, it's like, that's your role, right? Your role is actually to be responsible for a lot of the emotional, spiritual foundation and healing for the relationship itself, right? Which will directly affect, if you haven't noticed already, the success and happiness, okay? Even publicity or wealth or all the other external factors of your person and of the relationship overall. Okay? Okay. Now, one of the things that probably has been critical to your process, Scorpio, that I'm just being told is ego. Okay? Ego. What I mean by that is, in order for you, if you're in this twin soul connection, you resonate with what I'm talking about, it's very, 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 very difficult to be in this connection in this role, right? The foundation or the undercarriage, if your ego or a part of, right, our ego essentially doesn't, if your ego wants to be the one that shines, right? Or if your ego's like, I don't want to serve this person a relationship or be the undercarriage, right? I want to be what my person is, right? And that might have been a lesson you've needed to learn, is that it may have seemed like a bad thing or seemed like a sacrifice to allow yourself, not even to choose, but to allow yourself to be who you really are and what you really are in this connection. Like, I feel like this connection has really taught you what you really are or where you're most powerful. Okay. And as I want to make very clear, it does not mean that you are not powerful in your own light, right? Being seen and expressing for the world and helping the world or having this outward success. We're not saying that. You definitely are in your own way. But you are even more powerful, and I feel you've learned this in your foundational or support role, okay, within this relationship for and of the relationship itself. Okay, so one of the things I feel that has been happening potentially is, right, that sense of pride or ego, if you may have had one in this connection, has been being completely dissolved and taken away, just for the sake of you becoming even more powerful and even more powerfully aligned with the reality of how you were made as a being. Does that make sense? And that is going to be completely different, completely outside of what society may have told you for many years, Scorpio. Society may have said, hey, you should be as outwardly successful as possible, as wealthy, successful, or independent or well known as possible, and you should do that, and you should be this, right? And again, you may have done that and been that and gone along with that for a long time, and you may have been very successful at that. But no one ever taught you when you got into relationship, right, that you were made actually as the undercarriage, right? Hence your very zodiac sign, right? Your sun sign, Venus, whatever it is for you. You were made as the very undercarriage of this union, okay, to support it and to support the relationship itself for the success of both parties within it. And it's a very, 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 very critical role. And so that's why God has maybe taken you through this time of inner reflection, healing, and potentially ego destruction, because he wanted you to see that this is where your role is most powerful and aligned if you choose to fully embody and be that for the future. Okay. Yeah. All right. So as I channel, I want you guys to know the way I channel here is I don't rely on the cards exclusively to tell me the messages. It's become very apparent to me that that's one of the worst things you can do, and actually really very much forbidden in the eyes of God. I'm not religious. I don't follow the Bible exclusively or anything like that. But there's a lot of truth that the Bible reflects that I've experienced in my relationship with God himself. And one of the things is, you don't rely on, things like astrology or tarot or psychic readings for your truth. You rely on you and God for the truth. Tarot is just a reflection, right? The guides will just give me a drawing board to present the message that God wants to share with you all. That's tarot. You see? And so I love it when the tarot is used like that, because it reflects so beautifully what God is trying to say, which is Two of Wands with the Magician, with the Five of Wands. You probably have had to surrender a part of yourself that just wanted to do whatever you wanted to do, right? Like Two of Wands Magician, like, I can do and be whatever I want. I don't need to be in a relationship and be this foundation for another or serve another in this way. Like, right? I should get to be free. I should get to go and be that or this or the other thing, right? And I'm not judging you, by the way, at all, because I think everyone has that. I have that. We all have that in some level, where we're really, it's very common in society to promote that way of thinking on men and women, masculine and feminines. Oh, you know, you don't need to serve another in a relationship. Just go be free, do whatever you want. Live a life of pleasure and luxury and luck and freedom and money and status and et cetera, et cetera. Okay. So it's not just you going through that. It's me, it's all of us that are told this same thing. But it's especially prevalent for you because your role literally is the opposite, right? From what I can see, if you're in this reading, it is to be the undercarriage of the relationship, not necessarily the outward facing. So again, that might have gone, there might have been some internal conflict about that, Scorpio. Okay, within your soul, within your belly, right? This is the center of yourself, about moving forward in this relationship, because you might have questioned, hey, do I really want to be this for this person, for this relationship? Am I really this? Am I really capable of being this? Right? All that my person may see in me or want from me for this relationship moving forward for the future. Or if I try to be this for whatever reason, you might say, is it all going to come crumbling down? If I truly attempt to give my heart and soul to another person and support them emotionally and spiritually and be this undercarriage, this support that Brandon's talking about, is it all going to come crashing down on my head? Am I going to get screwed over? Am I going to get taken for granted? Am I going to get abandoned and left for no money because I gave it all to my person and they just took it all for themselves, right? All these questions. And you might have even got, God forbid, you might have even gone through a situation like that in your past, right? You might have been or served as the natural foundation or emotional undercarriage of a relationship for a person in your past, and they might have taken advantage of you, right? So if you're resonating with that, I'm deeply sorry, okay? Because that wasn't right. And that might have taught you and exacerbated the wound of saying, oh, I should never do that again, right? I should go be that successful person or that outward facing person, because if I try to be the emotional support on a relationship, I just get screwed over. Right? So take it as it resonates. So this is the healing that you might be going through. This might be the situation you've experienced with your person here in this relationship. Okay. So to me, it feels like a constant battle. You might be in a constant battle right now, or really trying to dig deep within your soul, Scorpio, about your decision here, right? Should I stay connected with this person? Not that if you're watching this reading, not that you really have a choice. And I say that jokingly. Even you don't have to end up with this person. I'm not saying that. But what I am saying is that if you're a twin soul with this person, you two are literally the same soul. Okay. And only you will know that, by the way. You're not going to get any tarot reader or psychic that's going to tell you, yeah, you're a twin soul or twin flame or this with you. No, just you are going to know. You will have the experiences to confirm that. Trust me, you will have the experiences. You will need to question it. Okay. So your only question is, are you going to choose to be together physically with this person and take on this role that God and the angels are sharing with you is an opportunity for you? Okay. Are you going to take it or leave it? Okay. And you have time to decide, right? This is a moment I want to share that very conclusively, is like there's no rush with this. Okay. There's no rush with this. I don't see that. I see that you're being given all the time that you need, because this is a very life and universe changing. Okay, it will change the timeline that you're on. Okay, I know this is getting a little deep, so I'm gonna simplify it as much as I can. Unless you guys are super woo woo, let me know in the comments and you love this type of channeled stuff. I wouldn't say it unless it was relevant. Okay, this isn't just me talking nonsense, but you know, if you need more time for this, that's okay, because if you do end up choosing to be with your person in this lifetime, your twin soul, I mean, your timeline, the earth, and everything will be dramatically altered because of the impact you two will make just from by being together, versus if you were to not choose that. Like if you were, obviously you're still connected, but you choose to be with different people or just be alone. That's a very different earth. Do you see what I'm saying? So it's that big of a decision. I want to be clear. It's very big, because you and this person, right? You're connected, as we mentioned, but when you come physically together and you become one soul in that way, now we have two souls working as one in tandem, over and within the earth, right? And that potential of creation, that potential of impact for earth is tremendous, right? So whatever you two choose to do together will be a very, very big opportunity for the world. I want to make sure that's clear. Okay. But it does require all of this, that what I'm talking about. You have time to decide. So 7 of Wands, Eight of Cups. So the question is, should I fight for this? Or should I walk away from this? Should I fight for this with all of my life and all of my surrender and all the stuff, right? Do I have it within me to fight for this? Do I want to fight for this? Is this worthwhile fighting for? Do I choose to fight for this person, this relationship? Do I choose to be all that God is asking for me to be for this person? Can I brave the fears and the past traumas I've been through because of other people, right, that have scared me away potentially from this person or this union? Do I have all of that inside of me at this moment in time? So that's the question, right? Knight of Pentacles. Do I commit to this? Right? Because once you commit, you're committed. Right? There is really no, with this type of connection, I should say, it's not that you can't ever change your mind. It's just that once you're in, it's its own track, it's its own major timeline. As we mentioned, it's its own major commitment, because you're doing it for the world too. You're not just doing it for each other or yourself. You're doing it for the world. Okay. So it's a very big. The main question basically boils down to, Scorpio: do you choose to commit to, and can you choose to commit to this relationship, the work that's involved in this relationship, this connection, so that you and your person can become the versions of each other and come together in a way that will definitely serve the world on a large purpose? Are you ready for that in this lifetime? Does that call for you in this lifetime? Is that your inner purpose in this lifetime, to choose that path? And it may not be. For all of you watching, it may not be. You may say, that's not what I want to experience in this lifetime. And that's okay. Okay, the guides are saying, we are not saying that you have to choose this path, this person. We're telling you what will happen if you do. You and them are going to change the world. You're going to be significant. You're going to be wealthy. You're going to be free. You're going to be co-creators of an amazing new reality for the world. Okay, God has big plans for you, but you absolutely do not have to choose that. That's also a lot of work. And you may have signed up in this lifetime and say, I'm going to be with myself, or I'm going to be with a soulmate, and I'm going to enjoy life for myself and potentially my soulmate, and just, have a normal life, normal-ish life. Okay. So 5 of Cups here, there's a sadness here around that question, that you might blame yourself to say, why can't I choose this right now, right? Why can't I have chosen to commit to this journey, to this person, whoever this is for you right now? Okay. And I just want to share with you something that will hopefully help you, is because it's a big decision, much bigger than you may realize on the surface. Do you see? Like, on the surface, it may seem like, why am I having so much trouble deciding if I want to go for and fight for this person, for this situation, for this apparently twin soul connection that Brandon's informing me about? It's because it's two very different timelines. It's two very different outcomes. It's two very different commitments to the world, to God, to yourself, to your person, to the people of the world that you'll be impacting together with your person. It's a lot of work also that you'll be committing to. There's no, I'm not going to bullshit you about that. It's a lot of work to be physically with a twin soul connection, because you are the emotional support, the emotional spiritual support, the foundation. That's work to hold everything up, right? Without you being strong and there for the connection, everything falls apart when you're together, right? So it's a lot of responsibility. In some ways, it's even more responsibility than being this outward face of this relationship. And if you are a woman happening to watch this, or you identify as a feminine energy, you know what I'm talking about. It's a lot of work to be the emotional support system and the foundation of the home, et cetera, et cetera. And us men sometimes don't give you women and feminines enough credit. Okay. So let me share that with you. So my point is, don't be too hard on yourself. This is a big ass decision. It goes much deeper than meets the eye. And there's a reason why your soul may not be fully ready to commit to it, is because you know deep down inside there's a lot more you're committing to it than just a relationship. This is not just a normal everyday relationship for a soulmate. This is a world-changing whole timeline in and of itself. Okay? So take your time. There's no rush. 9 of Pentacles, 10 of Wands. And yes, it's very real. Those you guys questioning. Is this real? Is this even real, Brandon? Yes, it's very real. Okay, if you're drawn here and you've been feeling this stuff, let it be a confirmation. 9 of Pentacles with a 10 of Wands and a 4 of Swords. Okay. And another thing you may say, or that may be an objection, is, you know, you might say, Brandon, I've already put in so much work into my own career. Okay, 9 of Pentacles with a 10 of Wands. I put so much work into me being independent and making money for myself and having my own success and having my own career and being seen in my own ways on whatever, it is, social media, or my job, career, business. I don't want to have to give that up, right? I don't want to have to give up that part of me to be in a relationship with this person, or to throw that all away so I can be the emotional support system for this relationship. Okay. And what I will say is that even though in a way you will be choosing a different way of being than your old self, whatever this is for you, whatever way or expression you had, right? Even though this is a commitment to showing up in life in a different way, where the focus is no longer about working towards that, right? Success or money or independence or being seen and recognized for yourself, whatever that is. Even though the way in life will shift to where your main focus becomes the good of the relationship, the good of this person, the good of yourself within this relationship, right? The good of the relationship to impact the world. That's all going to would be your new role with this choice. And you might say, I don't want to throw this away. And what I'll say is, you're not throwing away your old self. You're just integrating it in to a new way of being. You get to bring all of what you've already built here, 10 of Wands, 9 of Pentacles, your independence, your success, your livelihood, your individual greatness, okay, into a relationship, or I can say for spiritual reasons, right, or the spiritual term, container, that can allow that part of you to actually be magnified in the greater scheme of things. What do I mean by that? When you put all of the parts of you that you've developed in your past towards a relationship or within a relationship into a container, and you and that person are now actively working to fill that container with both of yourselves, that allows for both of your expressions and impact to be magnified multiple upon multiple times over themselves. So you're choosing to say, instead of working hard for just myself, I'm working hard and devoting myself to a container which can allow for the magnification of both me and the other person's energies to spread and impact the world together. I'm putting my energy towards a greater, something greater than myself, right? Something that can go towards something greater than itself. Whereas if you weren't involved in this, if you didn't choose to be in a relationship, just work for yourself, it can only go so far. Right? It can only be so far. It's essentially capped at whatever we can say karmic limit or destined karmic limit, right? Everyone has a individual cap of success that they're meant to reach in their, right? If you look at their astrology or their life purpose or life blueprint, right? Destiny is a real thing. Okay, some people are only destined to achieve this level of success. Others with the same amount of work are destined to achieve this level of success, right, in their individual life, right? So whatever that level is for you, it's capped somewhere. Mine is, everyone's is. When you go into a relationship, everything changes because you're both sacrificing your individual destinies to create a combined destiny. And that combined destiny has a whole new karmic outcome, so to speak, than each of your individual ones, which is much greater. Okay, it's essentially uncapped. Okay, final three. I feel like this was a whole workshop like reading. It's so interesting. Final three of this reading here, and we'll talk about. By the way, if you do want to know where your person's at specifically, and you get an update on what your person's feeling towards you, where they're at. That will be the extended reading. So be sure to check the featured products below or the description box after this reading. Final three of this reading is Nine of Swords with Justice and the Lovers. Okay, so in this moment in time, if you are going through this internal battle and you are feeling lost, frustrated, hopeless, worried incessantly that you're making the wrong choice, or that you lost this person, or that you didn't see certain things about this person or this relationship, or you said or did certain things about this to this person or about this person that you didn't know because you didn't know what this really was or who this really was. Okay, number one, you are forgiven for those things, whatever those things are. That's what I'm being told to tell you. Number two, you're forgiven by your person, you're forgiven by God. Okay, but number two, this is your karma. Justice is here, right? This is the essential karma that your soul chose to put you through in regards to this specific love situation, Nine of Swords with the Justice, in order for you to make this choice. The reason why is because this is the only way of being told, Scorpio, that you would be able to fully be able to make an all-in, all or nothing committed choice, either to or away from your person. Okay? This is the only way. It was through the isolation or the disconnection or the separation or whatever it is you're going through with your person here, where you had to see things you couldn't see before. You had to learn certain lessons. You had to see things about your person or this relationship that you're learning about as we go along. And Nine of Swords with the Justice is your karma in and around the situation is to have gone through, right, this internal battle, this stress, these feelings of hopelessness or loss or depression in and around this person, the situation, in order to fully decide and say, you know what, screw it. I am going to commit and go all in for this person, for the world, be the emotional, spiritual support and foundation, and put my energy devoted into the container that me and this person can create that's greater than myself for the rest of my life. And I'm just going to do that because that's what I want. That's what I choose to experience. That is my destiny, because you're choosing your destiny. And that's what I have to tell you too, Scorpio, is the reason you're in this situation is you are choosing your destiny. There's no one out. Like, it's not like there's going to come a point and God's just going to say, okay, here's the path that you have now. It's like, no, everyone, God, the angels, the earth, your person, your ancestors, your higher self, like everyone's waiting for you to make the choice, either towards or away from your person in this lifetime. And I mean that literally, like nothing will move forward until you make that decision. And that's how it's meant to be, because life is trying to show you, Scorpio, that life is moving on you. Okay? On your movement, on your choice. Life is not going to make this choice for you. You are in the unique, powerful position to dictate the rest of how your timeline and your lifetime and how the destiny on Earth goes for this lifetime. And you could always choose something different next lifetime, but in this lifetime, that's the choice that is being waited on. And it will wait as long as you need for it to wait. Okay? And as long as you want to go through the struggle and until you either choose yes or completely no, and then everything will change around you. Okay? But my core message is take as much time as you need. Know that this is essential. This is your karma that you had to go through, Justice here with the Nine of Swords, in order to make a yes or no decision about this situation, about this person, about this love situation. And when and as you choose yes or no, that's only when things are going to move. And they won't move until you move. This doesn't move. Your person doesn't move. Nothing moves until you move. Okay, because that's how it was designed to work. All right. Scorpio, I hope you enjoyed this reading. Thanks so much for watching. If you want to go deeper and see what's going on with your person specifically, how they're feeling towards you, what they're working on, what they're healing, check out the extended reading in the featured products below. If you enjoyed this reading and want to see more readings just like this, be sure to subscribe to this channel, hit that like button. I really, truly appreciate it. And of course, leave your experience in the comments below. We'd love to hear from you, Scorpio. I love you all, and I'll see you in the extended or in the next one. Bye for now.